this construct of kind of affirmative action or racial quotas or whatever they're calling it now is to say that I can only achieve or advance or ascend myself based upon the putting my foot upon the neck of another group. That's insane.
And this overall principle of affirmative action, which I am clearly against, it reminds me, and I refer back to the Connecticut firefighters case. And you talked about having a lifeguard that was qualified to do the job. Can you imagine in your burning house where your life is in danger, what would happen if you had a less qualified firefighter coming into your house, which is what happened in the Connecticut firefighters case, where they decided that they needed more Hispanics and blacks, so they were going to discriminate to make sure that they got more so-called ethnic minorities in the fire department. You know what? When my house is on fire, I don't want the guy who met the affirmative action qualifications coming through. I want the guy that could run up that burning tower they used to train in the fastest, understand his job the best, coming in to do the job. That's what I want.
Right. Well, I'm kind of careful of how we, analyze, especially the Connecticut case, because it's kind of funky how they did it. But there are variances in qualifications. You want the best, but what we're talking about in that case is a minimum bare standard that was lowered to accommodate other groups. So you're going to have a guy that, you have a C student, you got an A student, they all pass. You want the A to come to your house, but C says you can get the job. Well, they said, we're going to start taking E students. And that's where I have a problem with, that we're going to take someone who cannot meet the minimum requirements to perform and put them in a situation and expect them to succeed.
Which is a detriment to our overall society. Let's go to some of the calls, Janks. Some people have been waiting here. Ian, you said Skip in California. Okay, Skip in California, 866-957-2874. Go ahead. You're on with Janks Morton.
Well, hi, gentlemen. I'm a living experience of reverse discrimination, as I call it. I was a five years experience on the fire department and a medic in the city of Vista, California, and they had a Proposition 13 come through California and laid off a bunch of firemen. Well, as other departments, Huntington Beach, California, and San Bernardino, California, I took tests at. In Huntington Beach, I was number 1. In San Bernardino, I was number 3. Well, to make a long story short, we had to take a bunch of tests and everything, as you do. College graduate, first in my class. And I went to Huntington Beach, and one of the tests was we had to swim a mile. Well, I swam the mile. I was first in the swimming of the mile. And it came up time to fill their positions. They were hiring 9 people in Huntington Beach. They went 306 people down the list. I was number 1 on the list. They went 306 down the list before they found a minority that could fill the position, because I was a white guy. They wouldn't hire me. And the gentleman they hired couldn't even finish the mile swim. It was unbelievable. So I never got back on a fire department because of all the West Coast states that had the affirmative action back then. So I had to find something else to do. It was terrible.
Skip, I'm speechless. I am
too.
Absolutely.
That's an amazing story.